Right, hello there, everyone. Welcome back to James Redmond TV and welcome to another live trip with Hamez after a big debut. Chat out, boss of week. Aren't we the kings? Aren't we? Not at defending, but scoring goals, scoring belters. Guys, I'm so fired. Do you know when I see Szobo and Diaz doing the thing and I just see belter goals? I never watched the full game. I've got to give full clarity and honesty right now. I never watched the full game. I've been poor this pre-season. I'm usually on it with the pre-season games. Usually I can't wait, but I don't know, last season dejected me. Because pre-season isn't a true justification on how well you're going to do or how you're going to land. It's just more of a show-off. And SummerSlam and Diaz showed off today, and so did Bendo. Chat, did you see? Did you see Bendo? He was saucy. Before we talk about it all anyway, because we've actually got loads to delve into and very little time to do it, because Hamez is going out soon, but I don't know when, because I'm still waiting for confirmation from my friend. But yeah, we've got loads to delve into. Smash a like, subscribe if you enjoy these streams. I want to shout out a few people while people are tuning in. Shout out to Edrin. Big up to you, sir. Liverpool submitting a fourth bid for Lavia. What's this one going to be? 46 million and £1. Are we going to do an Arsenal and try and do something crazy here? They've set their price. They have said, we want 50 million. We believe he's worth 50 million. So chat, I hate to break it to you, but he's worth 50 fucking million. I don't believe Freddo's are worth 50p, but Freddo's set their price at 50p nowadays. Used to be 10. Used to be 5. Even when I was younger, I'm not trying to be one of those Alzheimer's where I'm like, oh yeah, back in my day, you know, it was 2p for a ticket at Anfield. You know what I mean? I'm not doing that. But if a Freddo's 50p, it doesn't matter what I believe. You know what I'm saying, chat? But shout out to Rubber. Big up to you, sir. You're always coming into the stream, so much love, much love. Texas Dave, big up to you. My favourite top red. Fuck you, football from the hat. F you. That's like, I'm trying to think what that's like calling. That's like calling me an Everton fan. How am I a top red? You know what I mean? I'm not a top red. Give me 5 reasons why I'm a top red. Give me 1, actually. In fact, you know what? Not even 5. Give me 1. I don't know why I'm asking for 5, because you wouldn't even be able to name one. Shout out to Eugene. Liverpool have submitted a fourth bid of Lavia. Their 46 million was rejected today. Ben Jacob. Oh, wait there. Is this confirmed news? Are we chatting Lavia talk first? Chat, I wanted to talk about Bendo. Before we talk about Lavia, then we'll talk about Lavia. But do you know, before we do, how boss is Diaz, how boss is Szobo, and how boss is Bendo? Can I just say these 3 things? Am I all right to put them on the front line for you lot? But yeah, man, smash those likes and all that good stuff. We've been smashing it with the streams recently, so I really appreciate it from you lot. Let me get Twitter up real quick as well, because apparently there's stuff happening, mate. And Ben Jacobs is somebody who obviously reports quite regularly on the news as well. So let me have a little look, see what's going on with the Lavia news, because this is a deal that's going to have to get wrapped up soon, chat. Let's be honest. It's taking the mick now. And at the same time, the longer that we wait, okay. Oh, shit. Chat, let me just share the screen, because it does look like stuff's going down here with Rabio. Why have I just said Rabio? That is not who I was talking about. Lavia. There's, here is a little thingamajig. Liverpool have made a 4th offer for Romeo Lavia, according to David Okop. Understand Liverpool have already made another improved bid. But what is the improved bid? How come we don't know about it? You know what I mean? Is it maybe just like the add-ons are disgusting? Shout out to Spanian Cop. The Cop HQ even. That's funny that, 46 million and £1. Oh, my days, chat. What's the new bid then? Because it can't be 50 million. Otherwise, the report would be Southampton accept. Because if it was 50 million, we know they're taking the money. This is as close as you're going to get to a release clause without it actually being a release clause. Southampton have made certain what they want as their asking price. And because they've asked for it, that's fine that they want it. Dave Okop is a fraud. I'm not going to... To be fair, I don't know if he's a fraud or not. I just know he reports on news and, maybe he takes his sources from other things. But this is why I'm happy I'm not a journalist, you know what I mean, chat? I'm happy for these reasons, because apparently there's like a little bit of beef between them all, you know what I'm saying? And like I've noticed when I speak to one journalist and then I speak to another, they don't like each other. It's weird, you know what I mean, chat? We're rocking the mango juice today as well, opposed to the... apple juice, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Lavia is an interesting one, chat. I can't believe that it's been ongoing as long as it has. Do we know how much it is? 49.9. Yeah, we're just trying to take liberties here. We're just trying to say we won the negotiation. Shabazz says 46 million plus a packet of quavers. I'd take it. I'd take it. I'm a bit snackish over a packet of quavers. I could do with a packet of anyone sweet to send me a packet of quavers. If anyone has a serious inquiry, message me on Insta and I'll send you my address. I hope they don't come up. Don't come back up, the greedy bastards. Oh, you're talking about Southampton. See, you can't blame Southampton, no, Techers, Dave. I know that. I know your frustration, sir. And you know what? Fuck them, innit? You know what I mean? We'll just take the players from the Championship. But yeah, I do believe that. I do believe that they have every right to ask for 50 million, and it doesn't seem like they really want to sell them. So yeah, it's one of those things. Liverpool are sitting in an auction, putting up their paddle when the auctioneer is giving the price, but it's only Liverpool in the room with the auctioneer. It's just like 40 million now. No, wait there. This is what Southampton are doing. They're going, right, we're just going 50 million. FSG go 42.5. Right, we're going to start at the initial asking price again. So anyone up for 50 million, anyone in here down for 50, 42.7. And it's just on repeat until we somehow get to 50. It's annoying, mate. Hello, James. Hope you're having a boss day. Can't wait for this stream. Harry, the stream can't wait for you. And yes, it's going to be great. But yeah, so that's the Lavia talk. If you've got any questions on Lavia that you want to ask me, whether you think he's good enough, not good enough, will the deal get done, not get done, then let me know. But yeah, we have got loads of things to talk about because I do want to touch on some of the attackers in the game. In fact, there's one thing I'd love to establish before we continue. Is Albi and not Eugene, Zuberi. Is Zuberi and Albert in the chat? If anyone can confirm that they're in the chat, because I want to get a few people on this panel and I want to have a discussion based on what we were discussing the other day, like all the FSG talk and whatnot. So I think that'd be quite good if we could. Callum used a Tesco analogy. I think a Tesco. I'd never heard the analogy, but I know Callum's sharp with his, so that'd be interesting. Get FSG out, says Simon. I've had enough of their penny pinching now. I referenced them as Mr. Krabs years ago, and I feel like they've lived up to that name very, very well. So I'm proud of them in some senses. If Doak ends up like Ben Woodburn, there's a serious issue. I think this is a very different circumstance. I never looked at Ben Woodburn. Chat WRL, did you ever look at Ben Woodburn and think next Michael Owen or like next top player for Liverpool? Because I never looked at Ben Woodburn. I looked at Ben Woodburn and said, okay, you've got a little bit of something. But I never looked at Ben Woodburn and said, yeah, you're the next guy. Ben Doak's the next guy. Today, just constantly running at players. I only saw clips, so I can't say I saw the full game, you know what I mean? So I don't want to say words like constantly and give you the misconception that I've watched the full 90 minutes from its entirety. But listen, what a beautiful game of football from Ben Doak, or just a beautiful pre-season from Ben Doak that I think he's really been able to, he's been provided a platform to showcase his skills, to get at players, to get at good defenders, ones that can prepare them well for the season. And I think I'm more than happy with him being our backup right winger. And I love the overall attack at the moment because you've got like the offensive midfielder in Szobo, then you've got Diaz, then you've got Salah, then you've got Jota, Gakpo. These are great options, but then you've even got a wonder kid in Ben Doak. And it's always nice to have a good attacking wonder kid. Liverpool have been filled with them in the past. You know, we went from Raheem Sterling, who was a good wonder kid, to Jordan Ibe, who we had a lot of promise for, but it didn't work out for him. And then ever since, there's been players who have tried to fill that role. You know, Ryan Kent, for instance, when he was at us, I had a lot of promise for Kent, but he just could never get into the team. There's been a few others, but I think Harvey Elliott, he's another one who I feel we've looked at. But as a right winger, proper right winger, I think Ben Doak is the guy. I think he's a good dude. He's a good player. I think he'll do well. Doak goes out on loan for regular first team football? Question mark. He's only 17. 1.5 1.5. Is that 1.5 chat or half a season? Comes back. Are you saying half a season? So send him out for half a season and then bring him back in January. I don't know if that's productive. And then Salah should be shifted on the way out. Thoughts? I don't agree with this. I don't agree with Salah being shifted out as of yet. I mean, if he shows me 1 or 2 bad seasons of really, really poor football and he's not scoring goals, then yes, I'll think about selling Mo Salah or letting him go at least. But Ben Doak, I would not. So a lot of players, I'm sitting there thinking, okay, yeah, you need to go out on loan. For instance, Curtis Jones, when he was 18, 19, even 20, I think it would have been very productive for him to go out on loan. Harvey Elliott, I think the best thing that ever happened to Harvey Elliott was him going out on loan. Fabio Carvalho, I think the best thing will be for Carvalho for him to go out on loan because it's circumstantial. Carvalho is not one of our best number 8s and he's not one of our best wingers. Therefore, let's not hold the asset. Let's not let him stagnate. Let's let him go elsewhere and increase the value. Harvey Elliott, championship experience, because he was always looked at as one of those future players for the team, someone who you're going to rely on in the future. So now he needs to go and get that experience because he's not the right here right now. And Harvey Elliott was about 17, goes to championship, gets double digits GA, looks amazing, comes back to us and at least had a real big impact until that injury. And then I think since he's been trying to find his way back in the team, but he's still got that ability there. He just kind of needs to find that run of games. But the reason why I'm referencing these type of dudes is because I don't think Ben Doak falls in the same category when you include context. If you include context with Ben Doak, this dude is good enough for the right here right now. He's got the attributes. He's got the flair. He's got the directness. He's just a lovely, lovely player. Flair was the wrong word. I wouldn't say flair, but just really well-rounded. Very, very good at what he does. You know, shout out to Chris Jericho. I am the best in the world at what I do. You know what I mean? He's boss, mate. I'm a big fan of Ben Doak, and I don't think it would be required, Pistol Panda, for him to be loaned out like it would have been for Curtis. Like, if Curtis went out on loan, I think that would have massively accelerated his process. You know, I think he needed that. I think he needed that time in physical men's game, but Ben Doak just looks ready for it. He seems to be established in that realm. Big up to Red Chili for the super chat. Just pay the asking price. I'm sure you're referencing Lavia there. Just pay the asking price. FSG, make this easier for us and yourselves. They're going to be wasting thousands on thousands. Well, actually, no, I'm lying there. I was going to say, if they were going to a different country and they were getting like private jets there, they're going to be wasting money on that anyway. You know what I mean? Private jets aren't cheap. But yes, I agree. Just get it out the way because I feel like it's causing a big disruption. It's less time for Lavia to bed into the squad. It really is pennies. Like I don't know why it's so important for us to keep 4 million off the price and the price tag 3 million. But chat, if you do get updated throughout the stream, let me know what the actual fourth bid is, because apparently we've made a fourth bid. I want to know how much is the fourth bid to Southampton. Thank you for the super chat, Red Chili. Edrin, my J, FSG are using the transfer budget to buy an NBA team. I want to delve into this, but I want to see if Zuberi's in the chat. Shout out to Red Chili again. Don't loan Doak. I agree with this. Chat, WRL, are you loaning Ben Doak or are you keeping him as a backup this season? Scottish Messi, mind you. Cameron says, big up Hamez, big up to you, sir. You know what I mean? Salah's replacement up and coming for sure. I think he's got the attributes, and you know, I need to still see what his output is saying. Of course, I mean, if Liverpool are going, it depends. If Nunes starts in the middle and then starts getting loads and loads of goals, or if Jota starts in the middle and gets loads and loads of goals, then the need for Ben Doak to be the main outlet, it decreases. So we can just do what Ben Doak does well, which is create and get at defenders and create space for the other attackers. So Ben Doak doesn't need to be a like for Salah to be a good replacement for Salah. Do you know what I mean, chat? Like, is that a W or an L? What I mean is that he can go be that replacement for Salah. Might not get the same GA. Might get 20 GA, 30 GA when he starts getting better and better. But then Nunes can be the main outlet or Jota can be the main outlet. You know what I'm saying? I think that'll probably be very productive. So there is a future there for Ben Doak, and I'm rooting for the kid. You know what I mean? I put my stocks into him early. Edrin, LeBron wants to buy an NBA team when he retires, and he's partnered with FSG. That's true. Well, fuck off, LeBron. LeBron needs to do one as well, lad. You know what I mean? Like, I get it, lad. You're a G and all this stuff, and you're good at basketball, but you know, you need to start investing those dollars, sir. You know what I'm saying? Ben Doak is a baller, technically, but I don't think he's got the athleticism of a Salah and can threaten the defence of any second. Oh, I massively disagree. Chat, do you agree with this? I think if you're talking about in the context of strength and pace, yes, Salah's a massively explosive athlete for sure. Oh, but I would not underestimate Ben Doak. He looks impressive for a 17-year-old kid who hasn't even fully gone through, you know, growing. Like, he really does look like a mature player, a dangerous player. And even though I'd say he's got a little bit more attributes-wise to his game than Salah, it doesn't mean that those attributes will be put well. It's like Ravel Morrison was a much more technical player than Salah, but he never ended up having the career of Salah because of, I don't know, maybe it was decision-making or maybe it was wrong move, wrong time, the intensity of the game. So I understand that. But I think Ben Doak's got that drive. I think he's got the technical ability. And I also think that he's favoured by the fan base and by the manager. And I think you're massively underestimating his athleticism, or at least the potential of where he can get to. But I hear what you're saying, V. I suppose we've still seen very little for us to truly judge. And yeah, but that's the guy that I'm putting my stocks in right now. Me not like. Doak's a long way away. Do you think so, chat? Am I just being like, he's still going through puberty? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying. I mean, to be fair, I haven't got a full beard, but I'm done with puberty. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Ben Doak's going to be similar to Hamez, where he just can't get the full fluff. Maybe one fluff, but not proper. Where it's like coming, like, because I can get a little bit here, chat, which apparently is one of the hardest places to get some hairs. But man, I'm good here. There's a little patch here. And you've seen it when I grow my hair in. It's not good. I think Ben Doak is extremely talented, very, very dangerous, especially partnered with Nunes. The guy's the dude, man. The guy is the dude. And hopefully him and Nunes or him and Jota or anyone can build that good partnership. And I don't think that he should start above Salah right now. I want to clarify this. And yes, I can be massively jumping the gun on Ben Doak. But at the same time, I think we have to start planning about who's going to be Salah's backup. I think Ben Doak can be the plan. I think he can be the long-term plan where whether it's in 12 months or 24 months, he's the guy who's going to fill in that role. Kind of like our own Saka or our own Sterling back in the day or whoever. What Jordan Ibe was meant to be. You know what I'm saying, chat? I think Ben Doak can be that winger because we've speculated with many. Kent, Harvey, Curtis, all good dudes, but the ability from those players, as good as it isn't quite Ben Doak. This guy is different for me. He'll rip it up in Europa. I agree. I think that's a great competition for Ben Doak. If he gets game time, again, because we still don't know. We've still got 5 great attackers who interchange between each other. But Salah has to be rested at least in the group stage games. You know what I mean? We can't just be playing him all the time. But I have this weird feeling Klopp is still going to start Salah. It's weird, you know. I don't know why, but I do think he will. Imagine how powerful Redmond would be with a full beard. I'd be dangerous. I'd be a dangerous man. Like, that would be a visible warning to any male out there. Like, oh shit, like Hamez has got a beard. You're lucky because it's likely never going to happen. Because it hasn't happened yet. You know what I mean? Chat, do you think I can ever get a full beard? Like a sound one, even if it's just stubble that links together, chat. I'm not asking for much there, am I? That's not much. That's doable. That's achievable. Know what I'm saying? I'm still in my early 20s as well, so what are we saying? Doak is definitely the future on the right. Once he grows and gets more experience, he'll be sick and clear of Garnacho. Yeah, like Garnacho, he's direct, he's good, and he's like a promising prospect. There's attributes that I like about Ben Doak more than Alejandro Garnacho, but still, Garnacho is good at what he does, you know what I mean? So, James is dangerous anyway. Come on, blood. You know what I'm saying, blood. You know what I'm saying, fam. Klopp will attack the Europa and burn out the first team. I hope not. I really hope not, because if I see us go with a main starting 11 in Europa against Kazakhstan, and then I see us go and beat them 2-0, and then I think, okay, then, like, if an injury happens, do you remember that game? There was a game. Was it last season or the season before? No, it was a couple of years ago against Midtjylland in the Champions League. You all know what I'm on about now. It was in the COVID season. Jota was on fucking fire. Didn't even need to take... And then he got taken off because of an injury, but he didn't need to play, is the point. And he got injured in that game. You know what I mean, chat? And I don't even think we needed to win that game. Do you remember what I'm talking about? I might be missing a few bits of the context and maybe some of my timing's wrong, but I do remember something like that. Yeah, Midtjylland, like that team that we played time ago. Do you remember it all? Crazy, mate, crazy. COVID season, that was it. That was the one. Your opinion about Gakpo's new position? Did he play a new position today, or do you mean the false 9? Or do you mean a number 8? I'm not too sure. I've seen Gakpo last season dabble in that number 8 spot, and to be honest, mate, Gakpo is just a good, smart Dutch man. He's a very good, smart Dutch man. And he's a man of Christ, chat. I'm not trying to make this biblical. Did you know Gakpo's a man of Christ? He's posting all... I'm a Christian, by the way, so that's why my excitement is from him posting, like, scripture and verses. Oh, it's boss. It's boss. One false nine man of God went out. One false nine man of God came in. But back to football. Yeah, number 8, boss. False nine, even better. And he can do a job on the left wing. I'm signed with Gakpo. I think Gakpo is a very, very cool dude. Very, very cool dude. He's a man of Christ. He's a man of Christ, young Vigo. Do you know what I'm saying? Alisson, Gakpo, Spider-Man moment. You know what I mean, chat? I'm just saying, I'm a Christian too. Jeez, man, like. You're also a top red, bro. That's what you are. You're a Christian top red. Just get back from the game and Gakpo just got back from the game and Gakpo was amazing. Jeez. I hope you enjoyed the game first and foremost, Joseph. And yeah, Gakpo truly is the dude, man. Like he is the guy. He is the guy. I think he'll be putting on a real push for that that starting position this season. And I do think he might be successful because I think Klopp will have a preference of Gakpo. I think if Gakpo plays, you get more goals out of Salah and whoever plays left wing. If you put Gakpo in the middle, I think Jota gets more goals, Salah gets more goals. Or if you play Núñez instead of Jota, then he will get more goals. But then you have to ask the question, where does Luis Diaz fit into all of this? You know what I'm saying? Like Luis Diaz, chat, people have been sleeping on Luis Diaz for a hot minute now. Yeah, thank you so much, Liam. You mentioned him as well. Lucho Diaz has been on fire in pre-season. Goals galore, attacking the defence. People are sleeping on my Lucho. Let me tell you my favourite Liverpool players right now. Okay, chat. These are my 3 fan dabadoos. I'm going Trent Alexander-Arnold. I'm going Mohamed Salah, my G, king of Egypt, king of the world. And then I'm saying Luchadinho Diaz. If you want to give me actually, that's a lie. Let me give you the top 5. Trent, Salah, Gakpo, Luchadinho. There was one more. Gakpo. Did I say Alisson? It was either, if I said Gakpo twice, I meant Alisson. But yeah, that's my top 5. What's your top 5 favourite players at the moment, chat? I'll give you mine again because I think that was a bit confusing. Salah, Diaz, Gakpo, Trent, Alisson. That's my 5. They're my 5 dudes. If I'm playing a 5-a-side team, that's what I'm going with. What would your starting 11 be? We'll do that closer to the game, my friend. Shout out to Clueless Cookie, though. You're a long-time subscriber. FSG have to buy. I'm hoping they have a surprise in store for us all on deadline day. I mean, listen, Fabrizio Romano and some of the more reliable journalists are coming out and saying that FSG are supposed to get 2-3 more players. No journalist can say for sure we're going to get 3 or 4 more players. Sorry, 2 or 3 more players, because they are not the players, they are not the club, and they are not FSG. And again, like, we don't know this for sure. We could get Lavia done tomorrow, and then let's say we go in for Andre. That's a poor example because that window's shut now, innit? Let's just say we went in for, I don't know, fucking Marcus Llorente was the first one that come to mind. If we tried to get him on deadline day, and that was supposedly be the second signing we were supposed to make, but it falls through on deadline day, well, now we've only ended up with 1 player. So it really depends. Let's say we get Lavia done and then we're going to sign 1 or 2 more players, it really depends if we can get them done comfortably before deadline day, because we don't want to be going into deadline day with the ambition from all these journalists saying, yep, Liverpool are looking at 2-3 more players, when, okay, yeah, we were looking at them. But imagine if you get that call from Bayern Munich saying, oh, yeah, by the way, Bayern said no on deadline day. Same with Real Madrid. Real Madrid said no on deadline day, or whatever club we're negotiating with. Won't be Real Madrid, but still, you don't want that. So we can go in for these players all we want, but we also need to make sure that we actually acquire them, because if we don't, that's when problems start to sink into the club. You know what I'm saying? Jamie Carragher apparently called out FSG after the match today. He did. I saw this myself. Let me show you it if you haven't seen it yourself. And to be honest, it's so encouraging. It's so encouraging to see somebody with, a bigger platform speaking about this. I feel like it has to get to worst case scenario sometimes for some of these footballers and ex-footballers to speak about it. But the main thing is, chat, for those who are wanting FSG to have more responsibility and feel more responsibility, this helps. This definitely helps, because Carragher, he's one of the biggest spokespersons for Liverpool Football Club in the country. He's popular, he's funny, and he also, some people take his opinions with high credibility. So this is good, because then neutrals will notice as well, like, oh yeah, FSG are scumbags, and hopefully more Liverpool fans will as well. And Gary, you haven't got a clue what's going on at Liverpool, sorry. I think him and Gary Neville must be having a little bit of beef. I love the way that they just have a few ones, you know what I mean? This is the tweet that I was looking for. So Paul Joyce quoted, Liverpool have submitted a fair blip, blah, blah, blah. Carragher responds and quote tweets, "This is embarrassing. Liverpool for years now have got deals done quickly with no fuss. And if you don't think he's worth 50 million, move on. And if you really want him then pay it. Also, not sure why LFC aren't in for Caicedo. Yes, it's a lot of money, but Liverpool got big money for JH and Fab, so Jordan Henderson and Fabinho." It's a great point there from Jamie Carragher. It really, really is. It's what we've all been echoing for time. And when I say something like this, it's like, oh, James, what do you know? You don't know more than FSG. You don't know more than footballers, this, that, and the other. Very true. I don't know more than footballers, and I certainly don't know more than FSG. But what I do know is that this has not been good enough. This has been an underwhelming window, and this situation with Lavia is truly embarrassing. It's not like he's a 30-year-old where we're trying to save a couple of million here or there, and it's not like it's a £100 million signing that we're trying to negotiate down to 80 million. We're not talking about chunks of 5 million that we're trying to negotiate with here, or 10 million. We're talking about £4 million. £4 million. If we set a player's value or a club did at 100 million, and let's say we want to get him for 85 million, then yet you start that negotiation process at 80, and then if they say no to 80 and then to 85, you go up a little bit more and you try and get as close to your initial wanting price as possible. But we somehow, for this deal specifically, where we're talking pennies, chat, for some reason we don't want to cough up, and yet this is a top priority for the club. So I don't mind Liverpool taking their time, but I do mind if taking your time means other clubs can swoop in for Lavia, or Southampton can grow frustrated. Because what if they get a fourth bid and they just bell up Liverpool and say, boys, we've told you we want fucking 50 million. Like, I don't understand why you're trying to take the piss. From your first bid of 37 million, we stuck to 50 million. Before that first bid got sent, we stuck to 50 million. We want 50 million pounds. And that is final. That really is final. If you don't accept that, then now you can go. And you don't want to ruin that relationship with a club like Southampton, you know what I mean, chat? So what I'm saying is that I think there is greater cons and greater negatives than positives that come out of just trying to save a million or two here and there. That to me is not productive. That to me is not good. And also, it's rather embarrassing if you miss out. A couple of years ago, it was Mbappe. Last year, it was Jude. Now, not even just Jude. Think about Aguate. We were linked with him for time, and then we pissed off Sporting Lisbon. Levi Colwill, that one was quite embarrassing because he was a top priority, and since he's been shut off, we haven't looked at another centre back. So now, if we miss out on Lavia as well, that's a huge problem, like a really, really big problem. McAllister was easy because that was a buyout clause. So it was really just about the player wanting to join the club. It weren't really much to do with the club actually getting good negotiations done there. The one that I'll give them is Szobo. I think they've done great work with Szoboszlai, but I think people give too much credit to the good things that's been done in terms of the ins and not enough credit for the fact that there's been bad ins as well, bad transfers. There's really only a 3-year spell of Liverpool's history with FSG where we really got like every signing right, and it was an insane rate. But since it's been a bit shaky, and before that it was shaky. What I'm saying is, besides the Edwards era where he was sporting director between 2016 and was it 2021 chat or 2022? I'm not too sure. I think it might have even been 2020. But either way, besides that, we have not been precise when it comes to ins and outs of this football club, and that to me is a problem. And apparently Szoboszlai was a release clause as well. So there you go. No negotiation done there. Jeez, Gramadka hasn't had an easier job. You know what I'm saying? A billion bids until the end. James, have you seen Machin calling out all the channels that went FSG out? If you're referring to Paul Machin, I haven't seen this, and I would like to see the context in the way that he called out FSG before I'd respond to that, because I don't think it's that good. Well, I suppose I go at people who want FSG in, you know what I mean? I sit there and say, like, how do you want FSG in? But I also say you're entitled to your opinion. So if he's just thinking that we're ludicrous for being FSG out, then that's fine. But it doesn't sound like something Paul would do. People have like this misconception that Redmen TV get paid by the club. I don't actually think that's true, and I don't even work with them no more. I have zero. This is a promise, at least right now. You never know for the future, but there's no discussions, and as of now, I have zero affiliation with that YouTube channel. And by the way, I've never made a penny off that channel. I worked there for a little bit, voluntarily. It was a great time and all this stuff. But then obviously you grow and then you need to start making money and stuff. So no affiliation is the point I'm getting to. Therefore, there's no incentive for me to lie to you. As far as I'm aware, chat, I don't know how they're on the payroll. I mean, I know that the manager loves the channel, and that's why he's happy to do interviews. And I believe because Redmen TV went out the way to do the memorial for Jordan Henderson, that's why they get things like the documentary. But I don't think they're getting paid by the club. Just in case people do think that, you know what I mean. Needs a video of Redmond making saying Liverpool match day stew. Yeah, that's not happening, Drunk Vigo. We're going to stick primarily to football. So we're going to do some fun videos one day, but for now, we're going to stick to the basics. I feel like saying this, but they are pinching the odd million due to Annie Roadend. That's their priority, not the playing stuff. Doesn't matter. Chat, am I right in saying that the money that they've put into expanding the stadium is a loan? Am I wrong there? And I don't want to spread misinformation, but I do believe that's the case. I believe the money that we've put in there is from all that stuff, you know what I mean? I think it's from a loan. Red Chili says, love Lucho. I love him more. I love him more, Red Chili, and thank you for the super chat. Shout out to Kosai. Big up for speaking up loud. Scouse is needed. Loud Scouse voice is needed. That's right. That's right. Macho's character isn't asked about being on the FSG payroll, you know what I mean? Red Chili, exactly, James. Listen, Red Chili, you're a beast. And another one from Red Chili. Malak dishing out the super chats. Please don't forget to hit the like, guys. I agree. I agree with Red Chili. Man of the match performance today from yourselves. And anyone who financially supports the stream, likes the stream, I can't thank you enough. You allow me to do this on a day-to-day basis. You absolute heroes. And yeah, it's boss. And by the way, I'm sorry that I can't get into all the comments. I do try and read as many as possible. We've been going to in circles for 3 years now on the same issue. It's Einstein's definition of insanity. That's a great way to put it. Mike. Liverpool have spent net. Does that say net zero? Oh, wait there, me mouse. Yeah, net zero this summer as well. We are in a circus. That's a great way to put it. That's a phenomenal way to put it. I completely agree. I do completely agree. Drunk Vigo says, well, this Liverpool fan space is getting more crowded every single day, brother. That's right. But it's about being the best of the best. And Drunk Vigo, I mark my words, I will be the best of the best out of all the Liverpool content creators one day. I will earn that position before I claim it. I will be one of the, let me rephrase, because I will be the biggest in the footballing space one day. And all of the 370 people who are in this stream have just witnessed that prediction. And as you know with Sadio Mane, I'm always getting them fucking right, chat. So just invest your stocks into James Redmond TV. We're gonna get there, trust me. Liam says, I'm sorry, but they upgrade the stadium to add value to the club, and when they eventually sell, they will make a heavy profit. Liam, that's fine. Expand the stadium, that's boss. You know what I mean? Great. Get more people in the stadium, offer more season tickets to the locals and all this stuff. But do not neglect the shit on the pitch, which is always the priority. And if it's not the priority, then we have a right to be upset about that, because now you're putting things above the football and performance. Which why do Liverpool fans want to go to games to see a good product, right? What's the point of getting 6,000 extra seats if it's going to bring down the actual product? You're making people pay the same price in inflated times to go and see a worse product. Liam, that's not productive to me. So even though for them it might be good, it doesn't mean I have to agree with it if it's hindering the football side of things. That's what I'd say. You know what I'm saying? Because the product's important. And the reason why fans like myself and you, if you've been to one game or if you pay any sort of money that goes towards them, that can be merchandise, that can be TV license and all these things. If you contribute to this, you have a right, you have a right to an opinion if you don't do any of those things. You most certainly have a right to an opinion if you invest your money into the club. That's important. And that's why I'd sit there and say, great that you want to add 6,000 seats, boss. Make the toilets better while you're at it. Wank each other off after the job's done in your American tracksuits. Great. But don't neglect the product, because now you're going to get 6,000 extra unhappy fans going in and doing everything wrong with it. You know what I mean? So they're not going to be happy. It's going to be worse atmosphere. Yeah. It's one of those things. Shout out to Will Robbo. James, did you see Hendo and Mane meeting up in Saudi? Oh, no, I didn't. I did see Mane doing the sea. You know what I mean? Where the fuck's Mini Mane gone? There he is, the little bastard. The little bastard. Right. It's fucking Sadio. My name's Sadio Mane. And as James said, I'm the best fucking player in the world, mate. I'm the best player in the world. Let me get the Super Bowl. Focus on me, cause you're not strong. And I'll be your friend. And I'll help you get me out. Jeez. Why does it sound like they're sawing each other downstairs, chat? You know, these two downstairs, they get up to some mischief, you know. They get up to some mischief. Do you think this current transfer mess is affecting the squad mentality? Absolutely. Kanate, Van Dijk, even Jordan Henderson before he left, and all their nans came out and said, yeah, man, we need transfers, we need players, and we need them quick. And if we don't get them, that's a problem. And that was before Henderson and Fabinho went. So now we've got a problem. Now we've got an even bigger problem. You know what I'm saying? But chat, I want to know two things. And if the mods know this or see them comment, let me know. But is Zuberi in the chat at all? I want to get Zuberi in the stream. Let me know if Zuberi's in the chat. And if not, then let me know if Albert, Uncle Albert is in the chat. If any of those are in the chat, what I'm going to do, I'm going to send the link out and get them in the stream because I want to speak to both of them. I also, Zlatan, if Zlatan's in the stream, I need to get Zuberi to get Zlatan on the stream. So if you are both here, let me know in the chat. I might miss the comments, so mods, let me know if you see their comments, okay? But no worries, they might be doing something else. So we'll get them on another night if they're not here. Even with the FSG frustrations, just remember, if circumstances were different, many of us could have grown up as Everton fans. Yeah, that was being horrible. But, like, it's completely different because, like, at least for me, I never chose Liverpool. I was born into Liverpool. So to be born into something as cool and as successful as Liverpool is boss. It's lucky. But then when you grow up and you hear everyone saying, we're a massive club and we win this and we win that and we're known for this and Bill Shankly this and Bob Paisley this and Kenny Dalglish that, it's amazing. But then you see us not win a Premier League until, what was I, like 19 or 18? I don't know how old I was. It might have even been 20. I'm not too sure. But either way, it's not nice to hear these great things about your club and then see it going down and down and down. And then when the owners aren't doing the maximum they possibly could, that's also a problem for me. You know what I mean? Haven't seen him. Nah, I don't think they're in the chat at the moment, but you know what? It is what it is. We'll sort it out. I will actually have to go soon because I did get a text message saying that me mates are ready soon, so I'm going to go and meet them soon. But yeah, we'll read out a couple of more comments before we do, Dusty. The problem is we need to see CDM in a centre-back. Does not matter if they are good. We need depth above all else. So we have wasted precious time, and I will be happy buying Nemanja Matic and Connor Cody at the moment. This is the standards. This is the standards, and it's absolutely crappy. Don't forget the surprise that's coming, though. FSG can't let us down, and quote the Rat Neville, raid the stadium, and when we raid it, will our star owners. I'm not too sure. Is that the Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher conversation that they were having? Is that what you mean? Hamez, my brother, hope you're well. Hope you're well too, Blaine. Big up to you, sir. James, if we win the treble this season, can you please get Trent Trimbo? Now we've got a genetic problem here. It's the only thing. So, like, as you can see, my hair is a bit of a different texture to his, and there's, like, ancestry reasons for this. So, like, if you go down the line, mine's just Irish upon Irish upon Irish. Essentially, I'm saying that's why I'm a pale fucker, right? This doesn't turn into Trent here. I don't know what you want me to do. You know what I'm saying? If it did, it'd be like that by now because I've been leaving it to grow a little bit of a while. So we certainly need to establish a few of the issues with that comment. But we'll try. James, if we win the treble this season, no. We're going to swiftly move on from that one because I accidentally read that one again. We need to DM in a centre-back. What do you think about Besiktas? I think Besiktas is cool, but I just don't know if I suppose the club are already trusting him to be a backup. So, I mean, that could mean something, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Will Robbo. James, did you see Hendo and Manny? Oh, I read that one. Big up to Will Robbo, though. Shout out to the radio line. How do you think LFC will do in Europa League? Love from Sweden. Wow. Big up to Zlatan Ibrahimovic in there. Jeez, my guy. I'd say I think we'll go to Dublin. I think we'll get to Dublin. I don't know if we'll. I'm going to predict that we win it. I do. I think it's. If I'm going to keep aligning with these Klopp love fairy tales, it makes sense that we win it. You know what I mean? Like, we've already missed out on a Europa League before. Let's go full circle and win the bastard. I think that's possible. Do you think that's possible, chat? Do you reckon we'll win the Europa League? Redmond is an Irish name. That is right. That is right, my friend. It's actually like one of the most popular Irish names, no? Lol, James just needs to get it to him, full stop. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Something needs to happen up here. Something needs to give with this, you know what I mean? Oh, chat, just pick me up. Smash those likes, by the way. Big up to North Red. The single logic is, if FSG had done the right thing, when we were winning the CL and the league, we would have dominated, as we were firmly in Pep's head rent free. FSG would still be making huge coin, but no, exactly. They missed an opportunity, but it's because they got scared, and they've had a plan to sell the club for a while, I think. So they haven't wanted to make massive investment more into the club. But it looks like we're going to be stuck with them for a fucking while, the little bastards. James, we are the third richest club in the world. And our pre-season game, can't remember who's... listen, mate, a Scouse gamer, I don't even know how to reply to this without getting aggy. I really, really don't say. I really don't know what to say. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to say. If we get to Dublin, support will be crazy. It'll be fucking wild. It'll be like my second home. I've already been offered like 50 places to stay if we go to Dublin, and I'll swim there. I'll swim there. Think I give a fuck? I'll actually swim to Dublin. I'm not asked. So if I can't swim now, so that's a bit of an issue. So if we win Europa League, we automatically qualify for Champions League, right? That's right. Which makes up for us missing out on top four in the league because our cheapskate owners. That's right. That's right. I suppose that's a good point. I suppose if we do get 10th, like we're on course to do, and then I suppose we're onto something there. Yeah. Suppose we're onto something there. Let's face it. The 2020 Premier League team is finished. Trent and Salah. The rest are finished. Chat. We was even going through it yesterday. Do you know, if you look at the Champions League photo? Oh, sorry, not yesterday. The day before. Like, if you live stream swimming in Dublin, pick up to Drunk Vigo. If you look at the photo that won of the players that won the Champions League, the majority of that photo is now grey. It's actually crazy. It's actually wild. James, instead of Trent's trim, can you please get the fill? Right, guys, that's been James Redmond TV. I really hope that you've enjoyed it, because we're not going to be looking like a mank scumbag over there. Nah, shout out to Phil Foden. I'm sure he gets loads of women. Wait there, hasn't he got a woman? And hasn't he got kids with that woman? Maybe he doesn't get loads of women, but if he did, I'm sure his stream would get him loads of women. But guys, if we can smash a like on the way out, I also want to shout out absolutely everybody who's shown their financial support throughout the stream. I love every single one of you for the constant support that you put on the channel. Big up to Red Chili, big up to Edrin, big up to Red Chili times 10, big up to Will Robham, and big up to the Radio Lion. I hope I haven't missed anyone out there. Oh yeah, big up to Kosai. Gonham as well. Big up to you, sir. And also everyone in the chat, I love you. You know that Jesus loves you all the way. Jesus is the King of Kings. That is right, Mark. That is absolutely right. He's the King of Kings. He's the Lord of Lords. He's everything in between. You know, there's loads of other names that he's got as well, but I need to remember it more so I can preach to you better. You know what I mean, chat? Anyway, big up to Gakpo. Big up to Allison. Big up to the guys. Big up to Ben Doak. And yeah, man. Leave a comment after this as well. You know, it gets it more in the algorithm, you gorgeous people. And I'll see you all later. Sayonara.